bitch. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in, stacking up. Green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we save making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim. And today, not a huge slate. 5 games in the NHL, 9 games in the NBA. So, 14 games to go over for today's card. But before we get into today's games, before we get into today's slate, we'll take a look We'll take a look back at what happened yesterday. One went right, one went wrong in the world of sports betting. A little bit of a down day yesterday. For me, we'll start with college basketball, which completely reverse swept, and the frustrating, one play loss outright that we laid 8 points with, but the other 3 plays that I bet yesterday, one lost in overtime, one did not cover by 1 point, the other one did not cover by 1 point. Iona minus 15, they beat Siena 68-54, win by 14, don't cover by 1 point. Colorado State minus 10. They win 82-73, win by 9, do not cover. The Catamounts of Western Carolina lose in overtime 79-76. That was actually I think the most I've watched a college basketball game in a while, like on TV, other than being live in person. I watched like the good last 10 minutes of regulation and into overtime. That was a great basketball game for a little SoCon action there. Now Furman gets Sanford, who I think probably wins the entire SoCon now with Western out there. And then USC beats Arizona outright by 13, lost on the minus 8 with the Wildcats there. So 0-4 in college basketball for me yesterday. Not a fun day there. NBA goes 3-2. So it was a profitable day in the NBA. Considering I went 3-2, but one of my losses was a 0.2 unit sprinkle that looked that was not a good play at all. Brooklyn and Charlotte over 206 in that one. It was interesting. I bet the 207 during the show yesterday, and then when I checked Bovada, it had the cash out at exactly what I bet it at, and the line dropped a point. So I cashed out at the 207 and rebet the 206 at the exact same number. So that was kind of interesting there. Bovada sleeping on that one. Cashed the over 206. Doesn't really matter. The game hit 209. Detroit team total over 113.5. Full game over 234. Both winners there. If you took the spread with Detroit, you did not win. The game soared over the total. 142-124 there between Dallas and Detroit. And then it ended off the night pretty poorly as I had Utah plus the points. Utah made it interesting heading into the fourth quarter because they outscored Denver by 20 points in the third quarter to make it back to, I believe it was a 15-point game, or a 13-point game, flirting with covering, but then they got beat in the fourth quarter. So 3-2 because I also had a small sprinkle on the money line there. I ain't gonna lose sleep over that though. NBA, I feel like it's been 3-3, 3-2, 4-4 type of every night the last week, but. As long as I'm not losing a lot in the NBA, I'm fine with treading water in the NBA considering it's not a sport I particularly like betting. The NHL yesterday went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. 5, 7, and 1 yesterday. Started off with a winner that I thought was going to be destined to lose from the end of the first period because Edmonton Buffalo under 6.5 was a winner. It was 2-1 at the end of the first period, and look, that game. I end up when Buffalo made it 2-1, I grabbed a small piece of the under 7.5 live, and that came through in as well. I was very happy that game completely died offensively. After that, Nashville -1 was a push. I backed the heartless, flightless birds who after getting their ass whooped 6-0, you would thought would show up. Wrong. This team just plain simply sucks. Pittsburgh money line was a bad mistake for me yesterday. 5-1 loser there. I thought Crosby and the gang would actually show some heart in that one. Veteran-led team. Wrong. I shouldn't have added the 2 plays to that Sharks game because my original read was so good with that Sharks game, which was who the hell are the Senators laying -200 on the road? Sharks money line comes through. They win 2-1. Unfortunately, I added the team total over and the full game over to that game, which wasn't helpful. One game I was kind of frustrated about yesterday was I got the Twitter notification that Soderblom was expected, except for right after the show ended, I saw Mrazek was confirmed. I ended up betting the Capitals team total over and the full game over. I got the team total over. It finished 4-1, though, so I did not get the over 6. That was there. Montreal loses 3-2 in regulation. That was a close game. Montreal is the king of 1-goal losses this year, apparently, as they lose another 1-goal game. Philly may have been the most wrong play I've had basically all year long. It was, I think, 4-0 at the end of the first period, and the Buccaneers beat the Eagles 7-0. I mean, the Lightning beat the Flyers 7-0 in that game. So that was not a good play there. We'll get to that game last. Under 5.5 between Vancouver, Winnipeg. One team scored 5 goals and it won. 5-0, a shutout for Thatcher Demko as they take care of business against the Jets. And the Kings -120. They were up 1-0 and ended up losing 4-1. Finally, my favorite play of the day. I said the best bet on the board, and it came through. I accidentally put it up twice on the site, Tim. As I meant to click it. When I clicked it, it put it up. I didn't realize it put it up twice. But with that being said, it was a winner. It was a double winner. Vegas Golden Knights -1 was my favorite play of the day. The Detroit Red Wings are to be faded until Dylan Larkin returns. And last night was the case as well. I'm sorry, Detroit Lenny. I know you were there in person for last night. But Vegas Golden Knights -1 was a winner to close out, or one of the winners to close out the night. Overall, down 3.32 units. So not a good day yesterday, but it is what it is. I've had a good month of March, so hopefully we'll turn it around so far.
So bounce back spot for Detroit in their next game?
No, absolutely not.
Do you know who they're playing?
Who?
Buffalo.
No.
I'm not going to say there's a chance, but if there's going to be, Sabres' next 3 games are Buffalo, New York, Buffalo. Sorry, Detroit, New York, Detroit. But anyways,
and that Islanders spot's a weird scheduling spot because the Islanders play 3 games in California, then travel back to Buffalo before they go back to New York, which is kind of weird.
Yeah. Yesterday sucked. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it. Yesterday sucked. Earlier on in the day, just couldn't get a winner. Nashville. Did Nashville have a chance at an empty netter at all?
I really didn't watch the end of that game, so I don't know. They had, I believe they had the goalie pulled, but
Iona lost by a hook. Kansas State was a nice winner. We had them +3.5. They won outright. Nova lost on a final second buzzer beater.
Ouch.
Mississippi State loses in overtime. Pittsburgh, the Penguins, loser. ECU, loser. Colorado State, we had -10.5. They lose by 9. They win by 9. I will say one of my favorite plays on yesterday's card was Kentucky. I had them +7.5. They went outright in Rocky Top.
Wow.
Xavier falls apart late and does not cover the 3.5. Texas Tech double-digit win versus Baylor. The Duke Carolina game did not go underneath the total, but fuck you, Duke. UNC wins both games this year. So go Heels. Sharks money line, nice winner there. But the Habitons lose. The Eagles scored a touchdown. The Buccaneers scored a touchdown versus the Eagles as Philadelphia loses 7-0. My one play in the NBA was the Boston Celtics, double-digit winner. The trash school of Western Carolina couldn't get it done in overtime, loser there. You had your double winner in Vegas, and then Arizona, loser by double digits. That one was ugly. Well, I woke up to that one. That one looked ugly. But I will say, last game I'll mention, Buffalo Sabres winner in a shootout, which should have been in overtime. They won twice. Yeah. Now they won twice, Nick. Does that mean we get 4 points?
It does not. It does not mean that.
Okay.
No.
But happy birthday, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. You get a win versus Edmonton. There you go. Now they got Detroit, Islanders, and Detroit for their next 3 games. And then they head out west to Seattle, Vancouver, Edmonton, Calgary. Gross.
Oof.
That's a really rough trip. But the next 3 games are going to be very, very important for them if they want to have a shot, which Money Puck gives them a 1.6% chance.
Can you give up already?
There's telling me there's a chance.
Can you give up already?
No. Yes, sir. What's up, Justin? Nicholas Handy's saying, what's up? You like Penn State over the total? I don't know what we have for college basketball today. Part of me wants to take Longwood today, but
that's what she said.
Shut up. What the heck's wrong with you? But I don't know yet. I stopped at a local sports bar to watch the third period, Sabres versus Oilers. Sabres beat them twice in one day. I was very vocal when they had to come back due to the delay, offsides, replay. Yeah, it was stupid. But we won anyway, so. Somebody, a team will lose that cup due to that. When the game is over, it's over. Facts. Byram may go down as a Sabre legend.
Oh my God.
He's just getting started. Kevon Adams is a genius. Byram has played with Krebs at 9 years old, played with Cousins all through Team Canada, also played with Levi.
See, he's such a genius that he still hasn't been able to build a Buffalo Sabres team that's been able to make the playoffs. Such a genius.
Anyways, let's hop into some hockey games, Nick.
Yeah, let's get into it here. Where we have the Edmonton Oilers taking on the Flightless Birds. Minus 165 for the Oilers. Total of 6.5 in this game. Line opened up at a 150. It's up to a 160. So we've had a line move towards Edmonton in this game. Line opened up at a 6.5 minus 108. It's now a 6.5 and minus 103. Taking a look at the looking at the cash flow in this game. Let's see if we get any type of help today, because we didn't get any help yesterday with these markets. And it looks like we're not going to get overly that much help today either. This is fantastic. Yeah, we got basically no numbers. We got all these games less than 1,000 tickets. So I'm just going to abandon it. We'll go over line history. We will not be going over cash flow because cash flow is irrelevant when there's no numbers behind it. I tried with the Penguins yesterday. I really did. But with that being said, I'm not betting the Penguins again this year. My numbers may like the Penguins. That's good and great. I will pass on the game then. If my numbers like the Penguins, I will not back this heartless team anymore. The Penguins have now lost back-to-back games by a score of 11-1. And if you take away the Columbus game that they won 5-3, 3 of their last 4 games, their last 3 losses, they've lost by a combined score of 17-2. And one of those losses were against this Edmonton Oilers team on the last game of the road trip. They have lost 5 of their last 6 games, all in regulation. Only one they covered a +1.5 puck line, and that was the game they were favorites against the Flames. This is a team that is going nowhere. Blow it up and move on. But they won't, because Penguins still think they can compete next year, which is hilarious. But with that being said, my numbers slightly lean towards the Penguins, but the Penguins can kiss my ass. So it's a simple pass in this game. I don't want to lay on the flip side though. I don't want to lay $1.60 on the road with the Oilers. This is their 3rd game in 4 days, all on the road. So situationally, this should be a Penguin spot. Situationally, actually, it's the 3rd game in 4 days for the Penguins as well. But I'm not laying $1.60 on the road with the Oilers. 3rd game in 4 days and traveling. And a shootout game yesterday, but I'm not trusting the Penguins with another dime of my money this year. So pass.
I kind of lean towards the over. I kind of lean towards the over in this game because I expect Edmonton to be able to put up goals, especially against a Pittsburgh team that has done nothing defensively over the last couple of games. Is it something I'm really willing to go after? No. I have to have a good reason to go after a hockey game. To be honest, I looked at today's hockey card, maybe one play, but maybe I feel like I want to get to one play, and it's actually in the next game.
Yeah, looking at it real quick, if you were to be betting this game, if you like the Oilers, do not lay minus 160. Do not lay a regulation line. Do not lay a puck line.
Total.
If they win, team total over 3.5 at minus 105. If they win, they're going to score 4 goals. That would be my advice on that.
Head to the chat. I'm putting up college basketball plays.
Oh, I still got to bet college basketball. All right, let's head back to the chat here. Let's see. Can only look Oiler puck line. Yeah. Last four meetings, the Oilers beat them 6-1, 2-7, 6-3. It can only look at spread. Yeah. Facebook user saying, "How about them Tar Heels?" I don't know who the Facebook user is.
I will find out.
There you go.
Something tells me I already know who it is, but I don't want to guess who it is. Yeah.
Fair enough. Cameron saying, "Lost hell on UFC last night." I didn't lose a single bet on the UFC last night. It was great. I didn't bet any. Noted. South Carolina. Yeah, South Carolina. You know who. See, it just says Facebook user on my end, so I don't know.
I know. I'm trying to pull up the thing.
What do y'all mainly stream on? YouTube.
Oh,
YouTube.
okay. I see who it is. I see who it is now.
Who is it?
It's Cameron.
Hi,
Cameron.
Okay.
How you doing?
We'll move on.
How about them heels? Fuck Duke. Anyways, go ahead.
Alrighty then. This one was an interesting one. I did a free pick video on this game last night. We have the Nashville Predators taking on the Minnesota Wild. The Wild are minus 135, minus 140 favorites in this game, total 6 in this spot. That immediately jumped off the page to me, that the Wild were favorites in this game. Let's get into the line history in this spot, which I believe the market is correcting itself. Line opened up at a 130, got up to a 142 at one point. Now it's down to a 129, so we've had a 1 cent line movement towards the Nashville Predators. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 103. It's a 6 at even money. That's right, no cash flow for this game. My numbers have the wrong team favorite in this spot. How the hell are the Minnesota Wild favorites in this game? That's my ultimate question in this game. How are the Wild favorites in this one? And it just doesn't make sense because the Nashville Predators, they've won 10 of their last 11 games. Their only game they've lost has been in overtime. They are a team that is surging towards the playoffs right now. Meanwhile, the Minnesota Wild are looking to book their vacations to Cancun for when the season is over because they're not going to the playoffs. They currently sit. How far out are the Wild here? They're Vegas is the last wild card spot at 75. They're currently sitting at 67 points. The Wild. They currently sit with the Flames, the Kraken, the Blues. Tied for 67 with 67 points. So this is a team that is pretty far out. It's not going to be making the playoffs. We have the Nashville Predators who are surging, who are obviously they're not going to get to that 3 seed in the Central because Colorado, Winnipeg, and Dallas are way far in front of them there. But you give me a surging Nashville team at plus 125, I'm going to take it here. Maybe it's a trap. I don't care. Give me the Predators here in this spot, plus 125 against the Wild. The wrong team is favored in this spot. Which probably means Tim's going to say Wild puck line.
I was looking directly at the Wild puck line. It doesn't make sense to me. A team that is struggling like the Wild against one of the hottest teams in hockey, and the Wild are minus 140 favorites. The line tells me now. I can try to go with.
I can explain it. It's just back to back on the road for Nashville. That's the explanation.
That's fine.
Third game in 4 days.
I think it's a bad spot for Nashville. and I can get plus 200 with Minnesota on the puck line. So I'm going to have one play on my card today, unless Nick puts Nashville up on the site.
I am going to put Nashville up on the site.
All right, I'm not going to have anything, but I lean towards Minnesota puck line.
Fair.
Back to the chat, Nick, while I keep putting up plays up on the site.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, YouTube. Did we find out who the Facebook user is? Oh, yeah, it's Cam, by the way.
Yeah, I figured
over under 3 uses of barbecue sauce, Tim, today.
I'll take the over.
The over.
I don't know what I'm having for lunch today, but I'll take the over.
Yeah. Question for the panel: Do you guys get your haircuts at the same time, looking sharp? May the cash.
No, I got my haircut a couple days before Nick did.
Yeah, I got mine yesterday.
I got mine done by a professional barber too.
Yeah, smash that over.
Yeah, smash the over on the barbecue sauce for sure.
We'll move on here. I got totals for the next 2 games here in this spot of games that are 6s that I think should be 6.5s. So let's get into it here. We head to PNC Arena, Raleigh, North Carolina. The Carolina Hurricanes taking on the Calgary Flames, with the Hurricanes minus 235 favorites and a total of 6 in this game. This is a back-to-back for both teams. It was Pyotr Kochekov yesterday, and it was Jacob Markstrom yesterday for both these teams. Calgary was in Florida. They lose 5-1. Carolina was in New Jersey. They won 4-2. So both teams will be traveling to the spot. Line opened up at a 210. It's now 218 on BetOnline. So we've had a movement towards the Carolina Hurricanes. This line opened up at a 6.5, which I think is correct. And then it moved down to a 6. I have Frederik Andersen projected for this game, and I got Dan Vladar. Now it could be Dustin Wolf, but I highly doubt they go 3rd game in 4 days for Jacob Markstrom. And Markstrom, I believe, has started 5 straight games. Vladar last started in Edmonton in that 6-3 win over the Oilers. But it's mainly been Markstrom for a good majority of the last month and a half, other than 1 start by Wolf and 1 start by Vladar. I think it's going to be Vladar today in net because it's the 3rd game in 4 days, and I believe this is the last game of the road trip for Calgary because they head home after this for another extended homestand where they play Colorado, Vegas, Montreal, and Washington. So I have this game projected at a 6.5, with it being Andersen and Vladar. And I have the Hurricanes projected at around a minus 200. So I think this line's about correct when it comes to the side here in this one. And looking at this game, if I'm looking, I did bet the over 6. I don't think that this line should have gone from a 6 to a 6.5. Calgary's been playing in higher scoring games as of late. Yesterday they gave up 5 goals to Florida, but previous to that, 6-3, 4-2, 4-3, 4-2, 6-3, 3-2, 6-3, 5-0, 6-3. So a lot of higher scoring games here that the Flames are playing. And I get it. Carolina's more of that under team. I see Carolina potentially scoring 4 goals in this game as well. I have them projected for 3.62. So I'm kind of tempted to see what this total is, or what this team total is for Carolina. Because if it's 3.5 at plus money, it's 3.5 minus 125. Okay, they are onto it here. I would lean towards Carolina team total over as well in this game. But for me, it's just going to be the over 6.
No, I'm not touching this game. I'm not messing with a minus 235. It would be a lean towards the Flames. Even though I have futures on both these teams now. I have the Flames to make the playoffs, and I have the Canes to win the Cup. So these are 2 teams that I'm now quite high on. And at this point, give me a draw. Give me a draw here, at least. I would prefer Calgary to win in overtime. That would be the ideal scenario here.
Carolina does not need points. They're fine.
No, they don't. But
I locked in the 2 seed.
They don't have a shot at taking over.
I mean, there's always a chance.
They're 4 points behind the Rangers,
and the Rangers can be susceptible. They absolutely could.
And they have 1 more game against the Rangers on the 12th. Their next game is against the Rangers.
By the way, plus 355 on Bovada for the draw. I can't wait tomorrow being able to bet draws on FanDuel at plus 400 when they're.
I'm already signed up for FanDuel Caesars MGM.
Yep, I'm signed up for all the books. So,
which, by the way, announcement at the end of the stream, guys, or you know what? Announcement in between hockey and NBA, because I want to do a little bit of a giveaway for North Carolina becoming legal. So we'll do that. We got the 2 more hockey games after this, and then I'll discuss that because I'm going to type up a banner for it. So, Nick, back to the chat, and I'm going to quickly type a banner for the giveaway.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, Real Deal Prime was good. Good morning, gentlemen. What's good? Untouchable. Capitals in the under. Capitals puck line was no sweat. Yeah, I had the over in that game, but I bet the over expecting Soderblom. So that's frustrating there. Kansas State, UConn, Marquette were nice. Predators puck line again, starting new streak. Also lead over, and Oilers puck line. I can only look Oilers in that game, but we'll see. We'll move on. This is another game that's a 6. That should be a 6.5. Let's get into it here. Arizona Coyotes and the Chicago Blackhawks. The Coyotes minus 190 road favorites in this game with a total of 6 in this one. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 103. It's now a 6 at plus 105. So the line going the wrong direction, in my opinion, here. Line opened up at a 175 for Arizona. It's a 179 now for this one here. We have the Chicago Blackhawks coming in on a back-to-back. They played in Washington last night. Now they head back to Chicago today for this is the first game back after a 3-game road trip. They went 1-2 on that road trip. Their only win was against these Arizona Coyotes by a score of 5-2. And that was Soderblom in net there. And Arizona, this is their 3rd game in 4 nights as well. A lot of 3 games in 4 nights I'm noticing for a lot of teams this weekend. But there's been a bunch of games. But they are coming in off of a nice 4-0 win over the Detroit Red Wings in their last game, which I was all over Arizona in that game. I've been betting Arizona a decent amount lately, maybe to my demise, but who knows? But this is an Arizona team that with Soderblom in net, I am very interested in the team total over as well because I've already played the over 6 in this game. I got it last night, the over 6. The line's moved against me there. I got over 6 at even money, and it's only moved 2 cents against me. I'm fine with that. But it's going to be Soderblom in net with Mrazek going yesterday, which means there is value here on the Yotes for team total overs for the full game over. I'm not going to lay $1.90 on the road with them. That's not going to happen. But I'll take over 3.5 at plus 105, and I'll take the over 6 at even money in this game. I think that's just dead wrong. And maybe if you want to get a little frisky here, first period over 1.5 minus 125. I think that's a decent look as well. I could see them being up 2-0 at the end of the first period here. You can get what's the first period team total over for them? Never mind, it's a half at minus 210. That's annoying. I wanted to see what the team total was for the first period. First period money line for them is minus 165. First period puck line plus 145. I think Arizona jumps out early on Chicago and runs away with this game type of situation. Maybe they'll flip the score that there was in Arizona, where Chicago won 5-2 in Arizona. I think this could be a 5-2 Arizona win in Chicago. So I'm on. I just added the Arizona team total over that wasn't available to me last night. Arizona team total over 3.5 plus 105. Full game over 6 at even money.
Good luck. I'm not betting any of the last 2 games, so I'm not even gonna jump into this. Is a 1-800-GAMBLER game and move on. I'm not laying 185 with the Coyotes. It is a bum fight. That is for sure.
I love
that. I made the post for the thing on the Twitter page. Figured since there's currently we're on the Picks and Parleys Twitter page.
Oops.
I was wondering why we had 66 people watching right now. We are on the Picks and Parleys Twitter page. All right, cool.
There.
No, leave it there. Leave it there. That's fine. I'm actually going to add us to our Twitter page. But that's funny. I didn't even realize we're on there. That's why
I totally did not realize that.
But back to the chat, Nick. While I finish up all this stuff, and then we'll discuss the giveaway in between NHL and NBA.
Yeah, I must have misclicked that. My bad. Blackhawks money line lean. I mean, no. As much as not with Soderbaum and net. Not with Soderbaum and net. Let's cash sense. What's good? Money line Mills. We'll head to the last game here, which I've got nothing in. I mean, as much as I would love to back the Islanders, not as $2 road chalk. But let's get into it here. We have the New York Islanders taking on the Anaheim Ducks. We have the Islanders around minus 195 favorites on the road here, total of 6.5 in this game. Line opened up at a minus 200. It's now down to a minus 191. Line opened up at a 6 at minus 125. It's down to a 6 at minus 120. I have this game projected for 5.91 goals, and I have the Islanders around minus 180 favorites. So I think these lines are about correct. Am I looking towards a side in this game? No. Am I looking towards a total in this game? No. I mean, the Islanders are probably a decent parlay piece for people who are interested in that, but I have no interest in doing. I don't parlay. You guys know I don't do that. The Islanders have won 5 games in a row against Dallas, Detroit, Boston, St. Louis, San Jose. They're coming in off of a 7-2 win in their last game. That was on the 7th, so they've had a few days off. They do get LA tomorrow, and one thing to keep in mind, which I did not punch in when I was writing in the numbers here in this one, and maybe this impacts it a little bit, but actually it really doesn't. I have this game, okay, it's more like a minus 185 rather than a 180, whatever. It's Varlamov in net today. It is not Sorokin in net, so keep that in mind because they're saving Sorokin for the Kings tomorrow, which I'm okay with. I don't mind that at all. So it'll be Varlamov in net today. That's something to keep an eye out for. The Islanders have won 5 in a row. And they've won 5 in a row against the Anaheim Ducks. The last 5 meetings, 4-3, 6-3, 7-1, 4-3, 4-0. So they've dominated the Ducks as of late. I think that they do that again today. This team is feeling it right now. If you like the Islanders, instead of laying $1.90 on the road here, this is going to sound weird, but I think their offense can show up here in this spot. Whether it's Dostal or whether it's Gibson, I think they could score on them here. The team total over is 3.5 at minus 115. That would be the only way I would lean in this game instead of laying $1.90 on the road or anything like that on the minus 1 line. Take the team total over 3.5, if anything, in this game, as this line just moved to a 6.5, or it has been a 6.5. But maybe an under actually at 6.5. But no play for me in this one.
There you go. I don't have anything for this game either, so we'll quickly jump into this before we jump into everything else. So I wanted to have a little bit of fun with it. So North Carolina becomes legal tomorrow, March 11th, for sports betting. And because we're from North Carolina, we wanted to do a little bit of a celebration for it because it's exciting to us. This is big for us. And we're going to do a little bit of a giveaway. 1 week of plays on the PNP site. Now, the best way that I could do this is through Twitter because I'll end up choosing 1 winner for every run that ECU scores today in baseball versus Liberty. Just to give you an idea, the first game they scored 9 runs. The second game they scored 5 runs. So, and those are against the top 2 pitchers. You never know what they could do against the 3rd string. So the Sunday starter, all you got to do is like, comment, and retweet on this post, and you'll be entered into it. The link to it is right here. So click on there, link, like, comment, a retweet on it, and you guys will get entered into that. And hopefully we get a bunch of people entered into it and have a lot of fun because I'm excited that tomorrow North Carolina will be legal. Let's get it. Juan coming into this one, Nebraska. He likes a little bit of corn against Michigan. Corn. Sure, I'm not going to talk you off of that. UNC Asheville, I leaned Longwood. And then College of Charleston versus Monmouth. We have it around that number, so weren't really interested in that one. You're going to go Maryland today. Who does Maryland get today? Penn State. That one's That one's a tough. That one we don't really have much interest in. Iowa. Ooh, yeah, Iowa today. I got to add that one. Thank you for bringing that one to my attention. Iowa is a pick'em against number 12 Illinois. So yes, I'll be grabbing that one. Furman, yes, and Rutgers. I did not bet the Rutgers game. But that is all the hockey. Oh, and
no Furman. No Furman. Oh, no, it's Stanford.
Sorry, Stanford, not Furman. Sorry, Stanford. My bad. I'll have this scrolling across the bottom. It's everything's on the Twitter page. So there you go. To the NBA now, Nick. Bang.
Yes. And I was looking at the line for this game. Let me switch over my numbers from hockey to NBA. But as I'm doing that, I'll quickly stall by saying this line looks like somebody is out. This line looks like Kawhi is out. This line looks like Harden's out. This line looks like Paul George is out.
They're probably all question marks for now.
Which means one of them, if not two of them, are not playing in this game. That's what this line tells me, with the Bucks being 4-point road favorites. Actually, this line's only gone up. This is now a 5.5. Line opened up at a -1 for the Clippers. Within an hour, it was a 2.5 for the Bucks. Since then, it's gone up all the way to 5.5 for the Bucks in this game here. As for the total, it opened up at a 227.5. It's plummeted down to a 222.5. So we've had a line movement towards the under, big one there, with 76% of the tickets, 94% of the cash on the under, and the line moving from 227.5 down to 222.5, and 65% of the tickets, 78% of the cash on the Bucks. I'm assuming players are out in this game. That is my reasoning behind why the line has moved the way it has. Am I right? And if I am, I really don't have any interest in the side. Obviously, it'd probably be Clippers or nothing at 5. At +5, it would be Clippers or nothing for me. And it would. I like the over in this game with it plummeting the total in this spot. So I'm gonna probably move on this over, but maybe this is a Clippers team total over, full game over.
This doesn't make sense. I'm looking at ESPN. To look for an injury report, it says no injured players.
That's a lie, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I don't believe that. Let's go check DK real quick because I know DFS normally has a better thing for it. So let's go check that real quick. That's baseball. I don't want to click on baseball. That's not for the early game. In-game showdown. Nope. Can we just showdown? Here we go. There is no injury report on the Celtics side. Oh, sorry, on the Clippers side. Giannis is questionable. Sorry, is probable. And Middleton's out. There's no injury report on the side of the Clippers, which is a little bit weird. That's gone from this number. That kind of pushes me towards the Bucks are going to win this one by double digits. Because this one opened up, according to ESPN, at Clippers -1.5. So this is a little bit of a weird deal. Somebody's going to be out today. Somebody's bound to be out today. I'm going to stay away from this game until I know everything that's going to be involved in this one because this is just weird. So I'm not going to get involved in this game.
I'm going to move on the over just because it's one of those plays for me where the line's plummeting. So I'm going to try to jump over the line move type of situation there, which has been going okay for me. So I'm going to try that again here in this spot. I'm going to jump over this line move. I'll take the over 222.5.
Good luck. Oh, hey, good morning. Good morning, Jojo Rabbit. Tim, you got to play for Liverpool and Man City. Under 3.25. Only Russ is out. Got it. Let's keep on rolling through the games, Nick.
Yeah, I'm currently placing my my college basketball bets too. With the spreadsheet here. Is that one last one there? That one is a play now, with it being a -1 for North Dakota. There we go. Sorry, I was just punching in the last of my college basketball. Let's get into this one here. We have the Houston Rockets at the Sacramento Kings. The Kings 7-point favorites in this game, total of 233.5 in this one. Let's get into the line history in this spot, where it opened up with the Kings as 7-point favorites. They're now 6.5. So we've had a move towards the under. Line opened up at a 234. It's still a 234. So we've had really no line movement here. On the total, we've had a half-point line movement on the side. Taking a look at the cash flow in this one here, where we have 64% of tickets are on the over. No line movement here. No cash flow either. 3,999 tickets in. 74% of the tickets are on the Kings, but yet the lines moved a half point towards the Rockets. I don't trust the Rockets at home or on the road, my bad. And I had this game priced around a 3.5. This line tells me the Rockets are alive in this game, but do we really want to trust the Rockets on the road is the ultimate question. Really, for me, the answer is no. It's a pretty plain simple no. And as for the total in this game, see Sacramento. I have this game priced around that 233.5 mark. So this will be a stay off spot for me. I'll lean towards the Rockets, but no play here.
I can't trust the Rockets on the road. That's just not something I'm interested in doing. A team that is 7-24 on the road. I also don't trust the Kings to cover a big spread at home. They're 17-11 at home, which is great. 11-17 against the spread, which is not. So this is honestly a spot that, once again, I don't need to get involved in this one. So just another pass. I do have 3 plays where I'll talk about 2 of them in the next 2 games, and then I have 1 in the final game of the day. So nothing in Rockets Kings for me.
Fair enough.
North Carolina and East Carolina baseball. I can't see the run line yet. Let's pull up Bovada and see what they have for a baseball, because that would be intriguing to see. Obviously, UNC is going to be a big favorite. Bradley and Stetson already started. Interesting. That's fun. ECU minus 240. No run line. UNC. Where's North Carolina? Is minus 230 at home.
So what's the 2-teamer pay?
The 2 of them combined would be plus 103. And if you're interested in the giveaway, which I'm going to keep posting, that's not it. I'm going to keep posting the link to that in the chat for you guys. You want to see as many ECU runs as possible. So get on it. Yeah. Good morning, guys. Let's smash this shit today. Good luck as always. I grabbed Giannis over in this one. He scored last 5 versus Clippers, 35, 54, 28, 32, 36. There you go. I like it. I like that. Any leans in Michigan, Nebraska? No, not really. We have it exactly at that number. Segan assist over 5.5 plus 210 on ESPN. He's covered the alternative line in 6 straight games, and plus good matchup versus no defense having Kings. There you go. Davion Mitchell, game time decision. Kings bounce back. Maybe last 2 meetings between these 2 teams, Rockets won both games. There you go. Keep in mind the Rockets are also 5 games behind the Warriors. Did you see the Warriors lost at home yesterday to a Victor Wembanyama-less Spurs team by double digits?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And then here's the link to the giveaway. I'm going to keep posting in the chat every in between each game, because I want you guys to have a shot to join it. So there you go. It's on the Bets Earle Twitter account. So make sure you guys are checking that out. Anyways, keep going, Nick.
Yep. A little bit of NFL breaking news here, Tim. Mac Jones is heading to Jacksonville. The Patriots have traded Mac Jones away.
in exchange for the 15th overall. Oh no, he was the 15th overall pick in the 21.
Yeah, it was like a late draft picks or something like that. They've traded away Mac Jones. All right, we have the Orlando Magic. My bad. We have the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic minus 2.5. Total 224 in this game. Line opened up with the Magic at 3. It did get down to a 1 at one point. It's up to a 2 now. So we've had a 1 point line movement towards Indiana in this game. Line opened up at a 228 down to a 224. So we've had a move towards the under. We've had a move towards the Pacers in this game here. We have 76% of the tickets are on the Magic, no cash flow in this game. And then we have 92% of the tickets are on the under, no cash flow in this game. So really, Action Network is being completely useless the last couple of games, last couple of days, which has been annoying when it comes to these market moves. My number for this game here is I have Orlando as 2-point favorites. So I think this line's correct. And I have this game projected at around 232. So I thought this line dropping, and I get why the line's dropping, and I'm going to move on this over in this spot at over 223.5. I understand why this line is dropping, because what did we just see last from the Orlando Magic? They scored 74 points, which is the lowest a team has scored in the NBA all season long. So I'll take the over 223 in this game. 223.5, my bad, minus 110.
I'm not going to touch a total, but I'll bet the Orlando Magic. Orlando Magic. I'm on the -2. Oh, sorry. Did I get 2 or did I bet money line? I took the money line -129.
I was going to say at this line, the money line's the better play.
I am on the Magic, and it's 100% because of last game. After that ugly ass game last game, yeah, I am 100% rocking with the Magic. They're back home after that ugly game. Yeah, 100% sign me up for the Orlando Magic today. I got them at -129.
There you
go. Sup with all this SMU stuff in the news. I caught it briefly, but sounds like they're being investigated for throwing a game. No, the game that was under investigation I thought was Temple. That Temple UAB game, right? Was that the game that was like 100 to?
I mean, I don't like either of that because I have SMU and Temple on my card today.
No. Hold on. That has nothing to do with that. What day was this on? No, not that game. Not that day. It was the day. Yeah, versus UAB versus Temple was 100 to 72. The line opened up at a pick'em, and it skyrocketed to 8, and then closed at 8. And UAB won by 28. And I was on Temple. If I knew that, then that would have been freaking ugly. But that's not really anything good. So I don't know. I don't want to say yes or no to any of those allegations. It's shocking that Jokic didn't register a triple-double yet, let alone double-double against my Jazz. He didn't?
They put up 142 points last night. Chill out, Untouchable.
Oh, yeah. Hold on, I'm pulling.
You're bragging about your Jazz. Yeah, they lost by 21 and gave up 142 points. Good job.
What did he do? Joker, 20.
Oh, stat half the game because they're up 30 in the second quarter.
28 points, 26 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. He played 32 minutes.
Wow.
So he didn't play the fourth quarter, essentially. No, he probably did play a little bit of the fourth quarter. He just didn't play as much. You got a lot of action from some of the other guys on the bench. So Mac Jones is now the best backup quarterback in football. I don't know. There's Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson's better than Mac Jones.
Good point.
Okay. So, yeah, it's Temple. Here's the link to the giveaway again. Yeah, you don't think this is a bounce back game for Pacers? They lost to Magic last meeting. No, this is 100% for the opposite side. No, Magic just lost by 24 points. So no. Hello, I had Nuggets and Nikola Jokic triple double. I wasn't back in the Jazz. I know you weren't. Let's keep rolling. And I like this game, Nick.
Yeah, New Orleans Pelicans and the Atlanta Hawks in this next one here. We have the Pelicans 7-point road favorites, total of 221.5 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in the spot here, where we have this game opened up with the Pelicans as 5-point favorites. It got up to an 8. It's a 6.5 now. So we've had a move towards the Pelicans, but there's been some buyback since it hit the 8. And then line opened up at a 223. It's down to a 220.5. So we've had a move towards the under. We've had a move towards the Pelicans in this game here. Taking a look at the cash flow, 98% of the tickets, 97% of the tickets, 98% of the cash is on the Pelicans, 3,800 tickets in. So lines moved that way because of that. 71% of the tickets are on the under. So we had a move towards the under. We've had a move towards the Pelicans, and all the tickets and all the cash are on both those sides and total. I have this game projected around 3. Is somebody out in this game for the Parleys to be 7-point favorites on the road?
I'm pulling it up now.
If not, I'm kind of interested in the Atlanta Hawks at +7 here in this spot. It's just a lean at the moment, but I'm interested in Atlanta in this game.
No, it's not really any big name. DeJounte Murray is a game time decision for Atlanta. I'm on the over. I just feel like the total's too low. I know it's dropped from 221. I see some 220s now out there because I got 220 last night.
I'm playing the over too.
I'm on the over. I just think it's too low of a total for a Hawks game. So I am grabbing the over in this one. It's my second play of the day. Over the 220 for me.
Yeah, I'm seeing 220.5. I just looked at my projections for this game. I can't believe this total is this low. And I'm going to back the Atlanta Hawks, and I figured out the way I'm going to back the Atlanta Hawks. Team total over 107.5. This is the way I've been backing most of my sides. It's just through team totals in the NBA right now. Give me over 107.5 for the Atlanta Hawks team total and the full game over 220.5.
There you go. Supness. We get supness from Lex. Pacers. No. Bucks. I'm not going to talk you off with them. No, yeah, I actually kind of lean the Bucks. And the Pelicans. I could see the Pelicans. I'm on the over. Did anyone get around to trying the KFC Cheeza?
Oh, I haven't. Oh, I saw that the other day. I haven't tried it yet.
I kind of need to now. Stop Geo's coming in saying, thanks for what you guys do. And $1.99 donation. Hey, we appreciate that. Stop Geo. Make sure you get in the giveaway. Make sure you get in that giveaway. I put the link in the chat for a week worth of plays for every ECU run. One winner for every ECU run today. So make sure you jump into that because I want to see our supporters get involved in those. So make sure you jump in there. Jalen Johnson's out. All right, I see that now, but he's been out for the past couple of games. So Wisconsin against Dollar Store Shaq. No, I'm on production. Celtics
smash.
Celtics smashed last night. They did, and I had them. So what I won't have is anything in this game, Nick.
Yeah, woof. We have the Miami Heat taking on the Washington Wizards. The Heat -11, total of 228.5. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where this line opened up at a 10.5. It's up to an 11. So this line's moved a half point towards Miami. Line opened up at a 229. It's now to a 228.5. So we've had a half point line movement towards the under. We've had a half point line movement towards Miami. 50% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on Miami. The line's moved in their direction. 3,800 tickets in. 72% of the tickets are on the under. The line's moved half a point towards the under in this spot here. I have this game projected at 10.71, so I think this line's about right. And I have this game projected for around 228. So I think this total is about right in this game. Kind kind of lean towards the red hot Wizards on a 1-game winning streak here in this spot, who are off a win. But yeah, no, joking obviously, but no play for me in this game, not even a lean.
Nothing. I'm not laying 11 points with the Heat. Not going to happen. I'm not touching the Wizards on the road. Although, Wizards on the road have been pretty consistently covering. 19, 12, and 2 against the spread on the road this year when they're 6 and 27. So they are covering 3 times the amount that they're winning. So that is interesting to see. It would be a lean towards the Wizards, but I see no reason to want to go after this one.
Fair.
Under, take the 11. I would lean Wizards. I'm just not going to bet it. Let's keep on rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Brooklyn Nets and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers minus 7.5, total of 207.5 in this game here. Let's take a look at the line history in this spot where we have this game opened up at an 8.5. It's down to a 7. Line opened up at a 211. It's down to a 207.5. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had a move towards the where was it? I totally blanked on where this line is moved for the sidewise. We've had a move towards the Nets. We've had a move towards the Nets, and we've had a move towards the under in this game here. This line opened up at 91% of the tickets are on the Cavs, yet the lines moved towards the Nets, which is kind of interesting here. A little bit of a public home favorite. 68% of the tickets are on the under. The line is moved towards the under here in this spot. The question is, has this under moved too far? Because I believe this opened up around a 211. Depending on your book, it opened up at a 208.5 on Caesars, but on Bet Online, this line opened up at a 211. And we know that Bet Online puts out numbers earlier than most books when it comes to that. I had this game projected around 219. So I'm probably going to move on another over here. I'm going to keep backing these overs. Over 207.5. I think we're getting value on overs with all the unders that came out of the All-Star break. So I'll take another over here, over 207.5 with Brooklyn and Cleveland.
It would be Cleveland or nothing. I am not coming anywhere near this Brooklyn Nets team, who has been hot garbage. They just lost by double digits to Charlotte last night. Definitely, and this is their third game in the 4 nights. Cleveland, they are coming off of a big win themselves. That's why I'm not betting it. They're coming off of a big win versus Minnesota in overtime. So this is another game that it has 2 spots that I want to fade. Both teams are not in ideal spots for me to want to go after it. So I don't like to force plays in the NBA this year. That's why I'm doing a little bit better in the NBA this year. So I'm not going to force anything to pass. Should be a Cleveland blowout, to be honest, but not enough for me to want to go after it.
Fair enough.
Robert, you guys are awesome the way that you break things down. This is my first time on stream. Hey, what's up, Robert? Welcome. I know we keep pushing it, but hop in the giveaway. We're giving out picks for the week that we normally put up on the picksandparleys.net website. Check that out. Happy Sunday, fellas. Cavs not by 7 points. So you like the Nets tonight. Cleveland in the over. Nick said you like the over. Salute Tariq. Cavs first half could be a look. Could be. Aren't we just fading Brooklyn at this point? We kind of are. There's a link to the giveaway. I'm going to keep mentioning it because I want to get people involved in it. So let's keep rolling, Nick.
Yeah, we'll keep moving on here. Oklahoma City Thunder, slight favorites in this game, 15-point favorites over the Memphis Grizzlies in a professional NBA basketball game. Let that sink in real quick. 15-point favorites. I know we've seen 18. I believe we saw 20 earlier this year, but line opened up at a 223. It's down to a 219.5. So we've already had a big movement towards the under. No line movement on the side here. It opened up at a 15, still a 15. No cash flow at all in this total. 46% of the tickets, 83% of cash is on the Grizzlies in this spot here. I've been backing a bunch of Grizzly overs, and they have not been coming through. I see slight value on this over, but not enough for me to pull the trigger. I see this around 222 range, so lean towards the over in this spot here for me. At 15, I can only look towards Memphis because I have this game projected at 12. But do I want to take 15 points with the Memphis Grizzlies, a team that has burned me time and time again this year? No, thank you. So we pass.
Good. No, I'm not interested in this game either. God, why? It's a 15-point spread for a reason. Oklahoma City's gonna win this game. They're probably winning by double digits. Whether or not it's 12-13 or 27, I don't know. It depends on how they're feeling tonight. They are coming off of a nice win versus Miami, although they were 8.5-point favorites and did not cover. And they have not been covering big spreads as of late. Their last 3 games that they had an 8.5-point spread or bigger, they did not cover in any of those games, including one of those was a loser outright to the San Antonio Spurs. But am I back in Memphis? Absolutely not. So, no, this one's a complete stay away from me.
Reasonable.
Of course, Robert. Oklahoma City, but 15 points is too many. I'll go as far as 10. I'll go as far as about 8.5 is about the max.
I'll say 12. I'll say 12.
8.5 is about the max I lay. But we got 2 games left, Nick.
Yeah, we have the New York Knicks, 7-point favorites over the Philadelphia 76ers, total of 210.5 in this game. Line opened up at a 213. It got down to a 209.5. It's back up to a 211.5. So we've had about a 1.5 line movement towards the under. Line that opened up at an 8, it's down to a 7. So we've had a 1-point line movement towards the Sixers in this spot here. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. 3,108 tickets in. No cash flow on the total. 75% of the tickets are on the Knicks. No cash flow on the side. So thank you, Action Network, for being completely useless. I had this game projected at a 4, so I lean towards the Sixers, but I've seen plenty of value on the Sixers as of late, and I've been staying off the Sixers because they've not been good. This is a Sixers team that has not been covering as of late. They've kind of been struggling. This is a Knicks team that's kind of played well against the Sixers. 3 of the last 4 games they have won. The Sixers have lost 3 in a row. They have not covered. They've covered in 1 of their last 7 games and 2 of their last 10. So, yeah, there's line value on the Sixers. I've seen that for a bunch of games in a row now, and they've done nothing but not cover. So this is an easy stay away for me on the side. As for the total, this is probably just probably an over at 210.5, but not one I'm going to make official.
I don't need to go after this one either. I'll have a play in the final game, I promise. This is a Knicks team that I don't really trust. I'm not going to lay 7 points on. And Philadelphia is just beat up right now. They're coming off of 3 straight losses to Brooklyn, Memphis, and then New Orleans is an acceptable loss. I would be all right with that as a loss. But the other 2, not acceptable. And this is a Sixers team that is starting to drop, because if the playoffs were to start today, they're playing the Pacers in a playing game. Yeah.
They need Embiid.
Indeed they do. But honestly, I could see Philly dropping even further. And would you be surprised if they were playing in the 9-10 game if Embiid doesn't come back before the end of the regular season? No, I would not be surprised. Could we be surprised if they play in the 9-10 game against like the Hawks and then lose to the Hawks? No, I wouldn't be surprised. This is not a Sixers team that I think is good. So I'm gonna stay away from this one. I guess it would be a lean towards the Knicks, but I don't trust the Knicks enough to cover.
Fair enough.
Last 2 meetings, they cover the 15. There you go. Hurricanes money line, Blackhawks plus 1.5, and the over 5.5 in New York Islanders Anaheim is MGM's boosted parlay. What's most likely to ruin it?
Hawks.
Canes. Flames win in overtime. Again, I like the Knicks, but 7.5 is too many. They do have the Pacers next. Who has the Pacers next? That would be the Oklahoma City Thunder have the Pacers next. There's the giveaway. Purdue -9. Yes. Texas A&M Commerce -1.5. I believe we're on the opposite side.
Who's Commerce playing? They play Northwestern State, right?
Northwestern State. We're on Northwestern.
We're on Northwestern State. We're on the Demons.
JMU and North Dakota. Didn't bet either one of those teams. Good luck, though. Final game of the night, Nick.
Yeah, we have, and this one's a fun one here, Tim. We have the Lakers and the Timberwolves. We have the Lakers as 1-point favorites in this game with a total of 221.5. We're seeing this line it's gone from 1 to 1.5. So we've seen a half-point line movement towards the Lakers in this one here. Line opened up at a 223. It's down to a 221.5. So we've had a move towards the under, and we've had a half-point line movement towards the Lakers. 41% of the tickets and 87% of the cash is on the Lakers. 75% of the tickets are on the under in this one here, which explains a lot. The markets are saying the Lakers are probably the play in this game. My numbers are saying the T-Wolves should be favorites in this game. I think the wrong team's favored in this spot. The markets disagree with it, though. And I don't like to go up against market moves like that. When it's a 5-point line movement on a total, I'll go up against it there. But when it looks like the bigger bets are coming in on a side and it's moved only like a half point, 1 point type of thing, it looks like sharp movement. I have no interest in fading that. So that's a simple pass for me to end my card tonight.
Give me the Lakers. I feel like this Minnesota team is going to be a fade team coming down the stretch. And the only reason why is no Karl-Anthony Towns for a little while. And yes, they have Anthony Edwards. Yes, they have Rudy Gobert. That's great. I still think they start to struggle a little bit here. So I like the Lakers here. Plus, the Lakers have been dominant at home lately. And I think they're favorited for a reason. Not to mention, these are must-win games for the Lakers, considering, well, they're not going to drop out of the play-ins unless they really have a rough stretch where the Utah Jazz or the Rockets outdo them by 6.5 to 7 games. But they're going to fight for that home court advantage in that 9-10 game right now. That's what they're fighting for. Or they're a game and a half behind Dallas for the 8 seed. So Lakers, I think, can make a little bit of a run. And you never know. They're only 2.5 games back of the 6 seed to make it into the playoffs in general. I would back them at home. I would fade them on the road. They're at home here. I'm on the Lakers.
There you go.
After the Lakers, Russell under props last game. There you go. Will the Lakers win back-to-back? They barely beat the Bucks. They barely beat the Bucks, but I think they do. But that's just me. Can only lean T-Wolves. No, I understand that. I understand not being able to do that, but I'm going to be on the Lakers in tonight's game. But that is all of the games for today. We'll do a quick housekeeping recap and all that stuff. Once again, and I want to keep prefacing it because I want people to get in there. Right here, the link's in the chat. Go over to Twitter. There is a post. That's the post right there. Like it, comment on it, retweet on it, enter the giveaway because we'll be giving away a week worth of our plays. And we're going through a conference tournaments this week coming up. And we're going to having one winner for every run that ECU scores today in baseball versus Liberty. I figured it'd be a fun way to incorporate that into a little bit of a giveaway. So ECU baseball, have a little bit of fun with that. Make sure you guys are jumping into that. Make sure you guys are following the Earle Sports Bets Twitter page while you're at it. It's that time of the year where Rudy Gobert is just screwing up, and he can't do it all by himself. It's juiced to hell, -135 on Caesars, but I got Rudy Gobert under 16.5 rebounds. I like it. Highest non-alternative line I've seen this season. CLVs, I'm seeing 150 or worse across the market now. There you go. I like it. I like it. But guess quick recap. If I was to bet anything in hockey today, Calgary Flames, maybe. And I personally like the Wild, but I know Nick's going to be putting up the Predators on the site. And then for basketball, I'm on the Orlando Magic money line, the over in the Pelicans game, and the Lakers. Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, in the NHL for today, we are going to kick it off with at 3:30. We're going to rock with the Nashville Predators. Yep. And then we're going to go 5 o'clock over 6 -125 Carolina Columbus. Calgary, my bad. Arizona team total over 3.5, full game over 6 against Soderblom. And then that is all the hockey I've got for today. And then in the NBA, Milwaukee, LA over 222.5. We got the Indiana, Orlando over 223.5. Hawks team total over 107.5. Full game over 220.5. And then finishing off the night with Brooklyn, Cleveland over 207.5.
There you go. I want to fade USA women's soccer today. Have fun. Is ECU playing a VA team? Yes, they're playing Liberty in baseball today. They're playing Liberty. So that is everything for today. Once again, make sure you guys are joining the giveaway. Link to that is in the chat. And we'll be back tomorrow with another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.